Pumpkin puree is a very useful and delicious preparation. In the autumn period, you can always buy a pumpkin. And what to do when a pumpkin is needed for baking, desserts, or drinks at another time. Ready-made pumpkin puree will come to the rescue, frozen or in cans. How to prepare pumpkin puree for the winter. You will need only one ingredient, the pumpkin itself. Take a pumpkin of any variety and size. Wash the pumpkin well, peel and remove the seeds with the pulp. Do not throw away the seeds, they can be dried and eaten, they are very useful. Cut the pumpkin into arbitrary medium-sized pieces. You can cook pumpkin steamed or in the oven. Since I have a large volume of pumpkin and a steamer with a small bowl, I did it in the oven. Transfer the pumpkin to a deep mold, cover tightly with foil and bake in a preheated oven at 200 degrees until soft. The cooking time of pumpkins of different varieties is different. After 30 minutes, carefully, so as not to get burned, lift the edge of the foil and prick a larger piece with a fork. If it punctures easily, it's done. While the pumpkin is baking, prepare the jars. I took cans with a total volume of 1 liter. Wash and sterilize them well. I pour boiling water into the bottom of the jar with a thin trickle, about 1/4. So that the jar does not burst, you cannot get water on its walls. Cover with a lid and leave for 10 minutes. After I drain the water on the jar is ready. I boiled small jars with lids for 10 minutes. Drain the released water during baking and transfer the pumpkin to a container in which it will be convenient to grind it. Chop the pumpkin pieces to a homogeneous puree in any convenient way using a blender, potato masher or sieve. I crushed it with an immersion blender. The puree turned out smooth, homogeneous and airy. Distribute the hot puree into jars, sterilize for 10 minutes and roll up. After putting the jars on the lids, wrap them up and leave them at room temperature for a day. Store in the refrigerator. Disposable plastic containers, ice freezing containers, as well as silicone baking pans are suitable for freezing puree. Wash and wipe the freezing containers dry. Arrange the puree into molds and place the mold in a bag or wrap with a film. Put it in the freezer and turn on the freezing mode. I put -23 degrees. And after a few hours, I transfer the frozen blanks into a bag, set a constant temperature for storage -19.